features the Maine Mystics versus the New England Mutiny. And now let's welcome tonight's officials and players. Escorted by players from the West Springfield UH travel team. Today's referee is Michael Pullen. The assistant referees are Michelle Began and Dan Pecora. And now the starting lineups for the Maine Mystics. Number 1, Paige Gagne. Number 2, Violet Vincent. Number 4, Kayla Kim. Number 8, Haley Chandler. Number 10, Rita Benoit. Number 11, Natalie Tracy. Number 21, Gina Lindley. Number 22, Kaylee McCausland. Number 23, Riley Forrest. Number 28, Hannah Milliken. And number 31, Hannah Smith. Mystics are coached by Alan Curtis, assisted by Andrew Sprague and Caitlin St. Hilaire. And now,
I'm connecting my headset directly to the computer because that way it'll get. I was listening back to the first couple of games, and it was only coming out of one side. So if you're listening to it on speaker, audio is coming out of the left side speaker, but not the right side. So I can get it to work, so you'll hear it through both if I connect directly to the computer. So. Do you mind if I just quickly add another source on OBS so that it'll take my headset? Yeah, it's going to be a digital audio interface USB. That's what it'll be. And about set to get underway as the cook-off is off for this UWS matchup between the New England Mutiny and the Maine Mystics. Ball is played in for a score right off the break. So very quickly, the New England Mutiny jump out to an early lead off of the kickoff. Jack Sargent here with you, the first of two tonight. A day that has been started off raining, and it is still cold, but sun beginning to poke out a little as now that ball is kicked off. So New England very quickly went in and got an opening goal. Did not catch who that was. Looked a little bit like it was obscure. At least from my angle, it was obscured because where I was looking from, I was looking right into a wall. But as of right now, the Mutiny lead 1-0. The Mutiny opened the UWS season with a win. As that ball is played around. I'll give you the starters first for the visiting Mystics of Maine. Paige Anyea is number 1. Violet Vincent is number 2. Kayla Kim is 4. Haley Chandler is 8. Number 11 is Natalie Tracy. 21 is Gina Lindley. Kaylee McLaughlin is number 22. 23 is Riley Forrest. 28 is Hannah Milliken. And rounding out is number 31, Hannah Smith. For the Mystics, as this ball is repossessed by New England, taken back off of some persistence, but just kept in, but directed right back to the Mutiny. Caroline Matchik is number 19, who just had possession of that ball. Elena Nunez is number 18. Ball also around her. A little bit of out of order, this starting lineup. We'll go back to number order for you. Addison Earl is number 2 for the Mutiny. Callie Foley is number 3. 7 is Jenna Kawa. 8 is Bridget Moore. And number 10 is Nora Walsh. Isabel Meadows is 16, and Chloe Laser is in goal. Goalkeeper Laser wearing yellow, bright red gloves that match the colors of the three officials are wearing this afternoon. As this ball is directed center side and now played back into the 18. Laser handles that one easily. As this is rolled up the line, it is handled on the right side by Matzik. As she will roll that one up the touchline for Meadows. That will work for New England as she gets this one in just short of the goal line. Now puts a stop on it, tries to roll it in. Nobody there for the front side roll as that ball's played back out, and it is a goal kick. getting confirmation on the goal was number 12, Caitlin Driscoll, who scored it for New England right out of the break.
In the first minute, New England Mutiny goal scored by number 12, Caitlin Driscoll.
Yeah, maybe about 25 seconds elapsed. Wasted no time in terms of getting the ball off of the start. As Foley will send this one forward. It's taken in on one couple of hops, actually, by Meadows as she tries to roll this one through just out of range of Earl. Idea looked good for New England, just too far out of range, as that touch a bit too strong. So now off of the restart, it deflects back, is brought in from the defensive line, and surveying for options. This is played for, but it's through Meadows and out of range of Matzik, and it will be a throw-in. That one carried in on one hop and then directed out off of New England for a throw-in. That ball thrown towards the edge of goal line extended and just sent out for a throw-in. Continuing to push it up the line is Maine. That one maybe about half a field's length worth of spaces. This is played in towards the center of the 18 and now sent on the ground, and it is corralled by Laser. So that ball sent now on the ground. It gets passed. And it is Driscoll who comes up with it and will take space up the wing. Still has it on the right foot, cuts inside with it. That touch was back there, but she missed it right side with her left foot. So she was able to get past a good inside cut, but just pulled the touch slightly left. Caitlin Driscoll just finished up her redshirt sophomore season at, redshirt freshman season at Providence College. As that ball is crossed over the top. It is pulled down by Kawa, who will now send it on frame towards the 6. Earl had a good chop at it. It's handled on the back line. Now on the restart, it'll be played to Laser. There was some, as that ball trickles out of bounds, there was some chance that could have developed there as that ball was played towards the back line. It got there in a hurry, and there was almost a one-on-one opportunity with Smith as that one is sent in for goal number 2. So a quick flip of the field for New England, and it is a 2-0 lead as Caitlin Driscoll adds a second. Just didn't waste any time taking that one through.
Number 12, Caitlin Driscoll.
So 8 minutes elapsed in the match, a pair of goals for New England. As this one is chopped up the line, it gets past one. It is now up on that far wing. This is cut inside. Now played to Meadows and stopped before it gets out there. But it is converged by Matzik, who comes back up with it. Will center this one off. And Driscoll had a heavy carom off of the first touch, so had to bring that one back. And this is sent over towards the wing side and played back this end. Flowed for Meadows, who stayed onside. Now looks for a cross inside. That one high. It was rather more of a shot, but if she had gotten that down a little bit, Addison Earl may have gotten a head on it. Just played a touch too high. And off of the restart, Hannah Smith comes down with it for Maine. She gets it back after a play from the back line. Just across half field. She'll roll that one. That's turned aside. Now New England looking to flip the field. There was no immediate forward option for Trinity Clark, so she sends it to the back line, and the Mutiny will swing it around. Taking some spaces, this is played for Kawa. Now rolled up the far wing, this is taken in by Earl. Earl has a little bit of space, uses some speed now, may look for a cross to Meadows, gets it that direction, turned aside. Rebound fell to Riley Forrest, who directed it out. A throw-in will come for the Mutiny. Riley Forrest was in the right position to prevent a potential loose change to come down, as this is played for Kawa. Kawa on the left foot will play that one long, but right of the frame. So well struck, but struck just a bit high. So 2 goals scored within the first 10 minutes for New England. As this one is played to Meadows on the restart, gets it over to the direction of Driscoll, who has it taken away around 3. Good effort to almost able to beat it around, retain possession through pressure from 3. But it was sent out, and it is a restart. And that is out. It's a throw-in for New England, as Natalie Tracy could not keep that ball in. Tried to get the throw in towards the direction of Driscoll. Wasn't able to get it there. But it's just sent back out. Push it up a little bit further the line, and that's sent out again after the second throw in was able to get to Driscoll's direction. And rather, that's a free kick that was called. Foul on Rita Vinoy for the first free kick for New England. On that free kick, it's played through the middle, and it got through the line of the 18. And it was back and handled inside of the 6-yard box. Through a slight bobble, but it ended up not mattering. Now on that clear back forward, it falls through for Maine, but that touch played too strongly out of range of Hannah Smith, and it's easily corralled inside the 18, touch in front of the 6th. So now it's rolled out far side. Good little tic-tac-toe play through there for New England. Rolled now for Meadows. Meadows, as the ball gets past her, has it played out of bounds by Chandler. But it was an effective tactical play for the Mutiny as they were able to flip the field. And now there'll be a pause as the Mutiny go to retrieve the ball for the throw-in. Ball's thrown into Meadows, played back on the second touch after the throw-in, out for another Mutiny throw-in, so they'll, for all intent and purposes, run that play again, as this is back to the Mutiny off the throw-in again. Cross towards Hashmark, gets away on the first touch, and it is shielded back and corralled inside the 6. Mutiny come down with the ball. This is played over to the left wing for Earl, who will send that one back. And it is now switched into the center. Nunez comes down with the ball, has 3 options, plays it for Meadows a bit too strong. That was the right idea, just a little bit too firm on the entry pass there. So now on the restart, this is headed over to the right side and out for a throw-in for Maine. on the throw, and Mutiny got to it first, headed back down. Maine directed that one, chopped up into the air by Kalwa. Now Maine comes down with the ball, but Kalwa was there on the backside to come away with it. New England wants a foul, they will get it. Or rather, free kick, they will get it. Mutiny won their first contest of UWS play against the Worcester Wanderers 4-2. The runners-up from the 2025 UWS season. As this ball is played through, it's brought down by Earl. Chopped at and sent back to the defensive line for Lindy. Maine looking for a counterattack opportunity, but that one will not materialize as this is played back into the 18. Earl on the wing, tried to get a give and go up the line. Didn't work. It was shut down by Maine. As that ball's now up the wing, but very offside. She was offside by a good deal, as the assistant referee is pretty much at the start of the bench side for the Mystics. Maine dropped their first contest of the 2026 season. So on the free kick, it was played pretty close to the 18. So some good distance on that free kick as Meadows comes down with it. As this is now sent. And it is handled on the wing. Directed out by Maine for a throw-in for New England. So now on the restart there, Maine trying to flip the field. As this one is sent back over to the left side. Now Kawa. Kawa has a couple of options forward. Will try to send that one through on the ground. Intended it for Earl. It was knocked away. And that's not a direct play back to the keeper, so she can handle it. Territory that you sometimes find yourself having to navigate with, as this is kept in the main defensive end by New England after that clearance. Clark sent this one on the ground. This is played through for Driscoll, who will try to use speed, will not get there. But a poor touch on the other side by the defender Chandler keeps the possession alive, and now Driscoll backs out with it, plays it more center, as this is now switched for Kawa. Kawa may have a wing play, will roll it out there. This is taken towards the edge of the 6. A shot is in the left side of the outer net. So goal kick will come for the Mystics. So after the restart, this is rolled over to the right wing. It's taken in by Matzik on that right side. Uses the right foot, now looks for a cross. This is towards the hash mark. It's brought down by Meadows, left out for Driscoll, but shut down before she could get the touch on the rebound. Milliken trying to take the ball away, but it was successfully shielded and played back towards Kawa, who tried to find a left wing Earl too far out of reach. Again, the right idea to try to send that one over to the wing. But just not successful there, as this is played through, bounces around. And it's directed back more center. Maine got a foot to it, and they have a chance developing this end. Good little couple taps through, as this is sent away from Smith, but kept in on the left side by Tracy. Tracy now has a little bit of space to take. Tried to play it for Smith. That was blocked, but it fell back to her. Second ball knocked away. And that is a free kick as she will be whistled for the foul on the follow-through. So quickly played back laterally after no forward option developed. Bridget Moore will direct that one over to the left wing. As this ball is serviced through, but too strong. Driscoll couldn't get on the other end of that. 2-0 Mutiny. They've had a couple chances to add more in the last 10-odd minutes. Have not been able to get on the other end of it. Kawa couldn't come up with it with a backside follow-through. Ball is knocked away from Maine as a counterattack for them cannot materialize. Earl on the left wing uses speed, trying to get past one, is brought down. Simple foul there will yield to a free kick and an advantageous position for the Mutiny. Kawa, who took the last free kick, also took a shot from this general vicinity. Not pegging that she will take it from here, but has range to try to get a set piece. See if New England can get ahead on the other side of it. With a left foot towards the hash mark, that's directed laterally and falls back to Earl, who chops it up. It's brought down. So a little pop fly after it's popped up into the air. And Maine trying to flip the field here as this ball is rolled through for Smith. On the entry play, there was a lateral carom, which benefited the Mystics as this is crossed over to the opposite side of the field. It's turned down and directed back, as this is now a favorable carom again for the Mutiny. That was Trinity Clark who was the beneficiary of the carom. This is now rolled for Driscoll. Driscoll, that's out of her range. Here's Earl on the other side, and a converging Gina Lindy sent it out for a corner. That ball was not originally intended for Addison Earl, but it was too far. It was rolling too much for Driscoll to be able to get on the other side of it. So now it will be a corner for Kawa as the Mutiny look to try to add a third. She crosses that one over to the far post. Two jumped for it. Nobody was able to come down with it. Hannah Milliken will go down into the right side corner to retrieve it. His right side as far as the defensive position with respect to the Mystics is. Bridget Moore is able to turn down the potential flip opportunity, as this is played into the defensive line. Centered for Foley. Now directed away. This may be an opportunity to materialize for Maine, but that was a heavy first touch there that cost them a chance by Natalie Tracy. And this is now played for Driscoll. Driscoll may try to take a wing play. Watch the flag. It stayed down as Meadows just tried to keep it in, but that ball was rolling too far. But she was able to hit it off of a Mystic out for a corner. So with a lead 2-0, it'll be the second corner in a couple of minutes for the Mutiny. Would imagine we will probably see Jenna Kawa do what she did on the last quarter and try to play it over towards the far post. No short option. The closest player to her is Addison Earl, who's pretty much about adjacent with the arc of the 18. So she lines up for this, plays that one over towards the hash mark. Meadows got to it first. It was turned back. Now forward from the defensive side. This is played over for Earl. Earl will ladder it off to Kawa, a little bit too strong. She can't keep it in. And a number of substitutes will work in for Maine. Four of them for the Mystics. Number 18, Anna Jensen. Number 15, number 12, Gloria San Pedro. Number 15 is Kendall Thuralt. And the final one of the four is Dakota Goggin, number 42. As that ball rolls out off of the throw, and it will be Mutiny ball. 20-odd minutes left to go in the first half. 2-0 New England. Chopped at towards the center, headed down by the Mutiny. It gets through the legs of Matzik on this near side. Strong convergence on the other side forces a breakup as that's off of Driscoll and rolling towards Meadows, who will get on the other side of it with the loose change. Now crosses it for Driscoll. That broken up. Driscoll had a chance to take a shot, waited. And this now falls to Kawa, who plays this for Earl, but out of reach. That ball was right there for Caitlin Driscoll, just didn't have a chance to pull the trigger. And it remains a 2-0 lead for New England. And the initial positioning of Meadows was very good as that ball turned around and fell into the pocket of Meadows, who was then able to cross it over on the other side. As this is now played for Meadows again, she'll play it back. And that ball is taken away. It is a throw-in for New England. As they ruled, it did get carried out by the momentum of Natalie Tracy. So now thrown in off of the deflection. It rolls out. In turn, it'll be a throw-in for the Mystics. Played through for Smith, who tried to lateral this one back for Kayla Kim. It didn't materialize for her there. Kim on the other side trying to take possession away, is able to do so, and had to just force a shot with four converging towards her. Not really much that she was going to be able to do with that ball, even though the persistence did allow her to win possession back. Positioning of where she won the ball mixed with the positioning of the defenders basically forced her into a low percentage shot. Easily handled by New England as Kawa cuts back around with it. We'll now play this over far wing. Brought down by Earl, who circles around with it, now goes back. Kawa floats this one up the wing, and this one is handled and directed out as the ball was looking to find Nora Walsh. But Riley Forrest, sensing the situation, just sent that one out, didn't allow that to materialize. Walsh tries to play it for Driscoll. That one gets past Driscoll. The attempted clearance pass, though, is right back to New England, and they'll go immediately back on the counterattack. As this is played and handled by the Mystics, but played again too strong and back into the 18. A little bit of pressure on the 18, sideways redirect by New England as Meadows comes down with the ball on the other side of the clearance attempt. Moore sends this over out to Walsh on the left wing. Walsh plays this one through kind of in between Earl and Driscoll. Nothing materialized there, but this falls back to Walsh. And she will roll this one over left side. And this one is brought in by Earl. Earl has some space. Working around the edge of the 18. Will now take a long-range shot wide right. She had the option to play it a little bit further back towards Driscoll, but instead elected to take the shot there. And 29 minutes into the match, it holds at 2-0 New England. Ball gets passed on the restart. It is played up and out by the Mutiny for a throw-in for Maine. Maine has been successfully able to contain New England after a rapid first goal and then a second one within the first 10 minutes. There have been opportunities for New England that did not materialize or were closed off, as this will work for a corner for Maine. And the captain's armband wearer, Kayla Kim, number 4, will take the corner. And she will in-swing this one from the goal line. Plays that one in, and that bounces off of the post. Maine got robbed there. It's out for another corner, but that one was through both Laser and the defender on the back line. Unfortunately, did not find the back of the net for the Mystics. They do get the consolation of a second try on the corner. Now played again to the 6. That one parried away. Brought down and played back for Kim on the second effort. She crosses that one in at the 6. That's off the back of one, and it falls back to the Mystics. This one chopped out towards the edge of the 6. Directed, Laser dives on it. So an easy save because the ball was directed in towards her direction. As it bounces over Earl. Earl, trying to come down with a second ball, is able to do so, has some speed now, and is able to get past the defender towards the wing. Now tried to roll that one through. That one played back, and Earl will just be able to simply go and retrieve it. This is now played through towards the hash mark. It gets out of range. Matzik able to close that one up. Will now play it, but too far out for Meadows, and that will bring a wave substitution for New England.
Match for the Mutiny, number 23, Grace Kilman, number 11, Gabby Fialo, number 21, Sofia Sakurka, number 4, Mia Carvalho, number 24, Kylie Tchaikovsky, and number 20, Gabby Williams.
So the shift change comes in for New England. 5 substitutes. And it will be a deep throw-in for Maine. Comfortable 2-0 lead right now for New England as this ball is directed in towards the edge of the 18. And now put on the ground, and this almost fell to one of those new substitutes. But it is sent out. And it will be a corner. As Trinity Clark will outswing this one from the touchline. Now roll it in a little bit more to the central portion of the corner over there. This one played in, chopped at, and sent into the screen. So trying to work that ball over the top. I believe it was deflected by New England after a first touch. And this ball is sent through the right side. New England comes back up with it after the action in the center with the ball, as this is now played for a right side. Abby Fialo, who has a moment to collect herself after going to the ground. Free kick was awarded to Maine. And this ball is played over that wing, and it gets over the top, but it is a foul. as the official rules that there was some hand fighting in there. Natalie Tracy, the guilty party. So that one played forward, and it gets through. On the backside, and that one is handled from the 6, but just booted back forward to the center. And it is directed over to the left side. Now this will be rolled out to the wing, and it is brought down by Walsh. Walsh puts the brakes on, then puts it on her right foot, will cross that in towards the center. It pops up into the air and then falls back down as it's directed laterally by Maine. Again, Maine being a little bit tardy with their touches. There's a lot of hesitation. Once that ball is pinballing around inside of the 18 near 6 extended, it hasn't cost them yet, but has been problematic as this is played towards the 6. And it was blocked off of the body of one, but it falls back to New England. A shot! She scores! And that was a rebound that was capitalized on. And it's a 3-0 lead for New England. Close to a half an hour between their second and third goals. Again, mentioning there were chances. So the lead is up to 3. It was Caroline Matzik who scored that one off of the rebound. Some substitutions for Maine. Addison Bilodeau, Audrey Caldwell, Sage Cormier, and Gina Lindley come back into the match. And Gina Lindley came back into the match. Those other 3 check in for the first time. As this is repossessed by New England. It's sent out over to the wing. It's kept down by Walsh. Rolled on the ground. This is over towards the edge of the 18, cut inside. One block at it, and then carried out of bounds by Momentum. That will be an easy goal kick for the Mystics, who lead this match, trail this match 3-0. New England leads this match 3-0. A pair of goals for Caitlin Driscoll, and then the most recent one by Caroline Matzik to make it 3-0.
Goal scored by number 19, Caroline Matzik.
And it was a goal from maybe about 25 yards out by Matzik, who was able to get it in off of loose change. As this is now rolled through, and there may be a give-and-go opportunity here. This is played for Walsh. Walsh has some space to take, now crosses this one. That ball onside for the moment. I thought she may have been offside. They ruled that she was lateral with that last defender, and the flag stayed down. As this ball is tracked, it bounces over the top, but is still handled on the defensive line and played back there as the Mutiny look for a reset. That ball stays in as it bounced on the line, not over it. That one is out. And it is going to be another throw-in for New England. As that ball falls down into the pocket and is rolled up the wing. New England may look for a cross on this backside or take it all the way. 1, 2, 3, and that's blocked by Gagne, the goalkeeper for Maine, and then directed out for a throw-in. That ball thrown in long, and she was trying to see if she could get someone on the other side of it. ended up not materializing for New England on that back end as Walsh sends this one back through the circle. Shielded around, goodbye. Really, honestly, circle out there if you want to call it what it actually was. Give and go, not going to materialize for New England. Right idea. But the ball rolls out beyond that back goal line, and it is another goal kick for Maine. So about 5 odd minutes remaining in this contest, still holding it 3-0. And Maine did a solid job of keeping New England off the board after the first 10 minutes, limiting the situation as a heavy touch by Trinity Clark turns the ball over to Maine, who will try to flip the field here as this ball is sent through on the ground, but not in the direction where it could be handled by number 12 for the Mystics, San Pedro. Now sent back line. Matzik will get it up forward for Walsh. Walsh now puts this one on the ground. Went it more center with it. She had an option on the left wing, and this is now played on the through ball, but too far. And handled by Gagne. If you were New England, the idea you were looking for is to hook that ball a little bit more right. You want to get into an angle situation. It was probably played to the 3 o'clock position when you probably want to play that more 5 o'clock. As that ball is rolled over on the wing and it's shut down and out off of New England for a goal kick. Quality job playing that one on the way out and making sure it caught a Mutiny player to keep the goal kick for Maine. Maine has had to do a lot of defending this game. As this is sent over to San Pedro's direction. Has it taken away from her. And now sent to the back line. Matzik will go to Laser inside the 18. Laser handles possession. Will play that one forward. Like Karam off of one as this is played through. Official looked over at the line judge. They kind of had a nod with each other. That would have been offside. But because it got past them and all the way back to the 18, that essentially negated the offside. So no whistle there. As New England looks for the chance to flip the field. Instead, Walsh will center that ball off. And this is carried through, rolled on the ground. Karam through as this is played on the bench side. Rolled out off of the Mutiny for a Maine throw-in. 3 odd minutes left to go in the first half. As this is kept in on the sideline. Give and go. Chance not there. And that ball is chopped out for a throw-in. Exited the field of play, so needed to be retrieved. And New England will continue to work that up the line. With 2 minutes plus stoppage time left to go in the first half, leading 3-0. Ball is thrown in towards the goal line. And it is cut through, crossed. New England had a second chance at it as it was deflected down on the cross, but sent out. Clark sends it back after the goal kick. 90-odd seconds left. Watch for a play out to the left wing. It's going to go that direction. Now cross on the other side, and that just rolled across the mouth of the frame. So they had Gagne, the goalkeeper, beat there, as it was out of her range. As she goes to retrieve for this goal kick. On that restart, bounces towards the line and is shielded out by the Mutiny, thrown in. Clark will direct it back. Nunez in turn sends it into the defensive end. And this is played through and repossessed by Maine. Corralled on the back line, and the Mutiny will try to flip the field again. That pass got through, though. The thing that Maine has not been able to do is get effective backside touches. And what I mean by that is whenever they go around to try to flip the field, it does not come down. Or no one comes down with it on the other side, I should say. Rolled too strongly, out goal kick. So the first 45 has expired. Probably would presume about 2 minutes of stoppage time, maybe a little bit less. As Maine will handle this one in a far side goal kick. New England got to it first. Maine on the backside did a decent enough job to come up with that, and that ball was timed right, at least in order to get it over to number 17, Audrey Cardwell, who couldn't really manufacture anything on the backside of it. And now New England flipping the field again. And this is rolled up the wing. This is Walsh, who has a lot of space to take and will get there before that ball rolls out. Plenty of space, too, as she cuts back with it. Here's a shot, but that's over the top and right. And that will do it for the first half. The Mutiny will go into the first 45, leading 3-0. if you need that, let me know, because that thing, I got a new phone and I don't have the lightning anymore, so ever since last summer, that thing sat in my phone, or like sat in my backpack for a little bit. So after 45 minutes, it is a 3-0 lead for the New England Mutiny. Two goals from number 12, Caitlin Driscoll, and then a third coming in from Caroline Matzik to account for the scoring. New England had a good number of offensive chances, for one way or another not able to capitalize on others to add anything more than the 3. But they have very effectively closed off pretty much all offensive looks from Maine. Maine has done a lot of defending, and even though they have minimized some of the offensive output, at the end of the day, the scoreboard does tell. And really, as far as Maine is concerned, the Mystics have not, outside of 2 or 3 opportunities in the first half, have not really been able to get much going significantly inside of New England territory, as Kayla Kim, through hand fighting, tries to win possession of the ball back. And there was no whistle on that play, and I can understand all the way through maybe about 65% of that, letting the hand fighting continue. And then one went to the ground, and then another one looked like she had an arm extended there. So the official electing to err on the side of discretion, and since it was rather even, which the contact certainly was through the course of that play, just erring to just say no one really benefited from it, no one really negated from it, so just don't do anything. As that ball is rolled for Driscoll. Driscoll will work with it on her right foot, now cuts inside with it. A little bit of a heavy touch on there, but she's able to hold it in bounds. And this is played back for Walsh. Walsh gets it at the goal line, puts the brakes on, now puts it on her right foot, that chopped out. So Walsh will work back to it and is signaled to move back forward to the direction of where the ball went out of bounds. And it's odd to see, as this ball goes for Driscoll, deflected out of bounds for a throw, and it's odd to see when the referee moves the player forward. Certainly does happen more often than you would think it does, but quite often when the official is intervening on the throw, and it's usually because the player is trying to move too far forward, take more space than they are allowed. As that ball is played in towards the front post, it's deflected away. Obviously, the situations in which that would happen where the player is moved forward is if the situation in which you would want to be further away from further back from where the ball was going out of bounds, is to create a more advantageous situation on the throw. And Driscoll crosses this one in. Earl had a chop at it, and that is directed out off of one of the backline defenders for Maine. I believe that was Violet Vincent, who that was hit off of. And it is a goal kick, rather corner kick, for New England. Kawa lines up for this one. Will play this front post. That gets through. And a convergence from the backside. Shots a bit too high from Addison Earl, who's had a couple of good looks at it. Hooked one on the other end of the field left on a heavy front touch. And then that one there just a bit too high. Kawa is there for a deflection on the backside, blocked away by the defensive line of Maine. And then off the arm through the running motion. And that's why there was no foul there as this is rolled up the wing. This may be an opening for Maine. On the backside, good block, Laser. Second ball, it's taken away by New England, and that was a one-on-one with Natalie Tracy, and Laser stood tall. It's difficult to say that anything in that situation, a one-on-one scenario, is routine, but that one Laser made look about as routine as you could make something like that look. And that's the first real quality scoring opportunity that the Maine Mystics have had in a good while. As this is rolled up the wing for Driscoll. Driscoll has it on her right foot, has some space to take. Takes this around one, takes it past Kim too. Cross that one over to the center. This is now put back on the ground for her. Kaylin Driscoll looking for number 3. That's blocked. She has plenty of space to grab the rebound. Puts this one on her right foot again, trying to get through the shadow. Can't get through it immediately. Couple of stutter steps there. Gets that one in towards the 6. And that is loose on the ground. Meadows on the backside scores it. And it's 4-0 New England as Isabella Meadows came up with that ball on the backside after the new goalkeeper who came in at the second 45 was not able to bring that ball down. It was loose. And as a result of the loose ball, Meadows just had an easy opening to send that one in, deposit it for number 4. So the Mutiny have equaled their total from the first match of the season. As far as goals are concerned, 4 goals in that match, 4 goals this afternoon. About 40 more minutes left to go in this match, too. As that ball is repossessed by Kim. Puts it on the ground for McLaughlin. McLaughlin left it off for Tracy there. That one rolled, intended for Hannah Smith, but wide. So Tracy and Smith couldn't get on terms with each other. And Laser will set up for a goal kick. This ball is played for Kayla Kim. Tries to roll this one on the wing. Easily beaten to the ball are the Mystics, and that's shielded out for a goal kick. Match that's been fairly clean overall, just a couple of fouls. But nothing that has been overly significant. There really have not been that many stoppages outside of scoring opportunities, or rather outside of balls that are scored, as that ball gets through Smith and rolls out beyond the goal line for another goal kick. And this the first of 2 matches at Lusitano Stadium this evening. The later match between AC Connecticut and the Mutiny on the USLW side. Listed start time of 7 p.m. for that match. As this one is played through, intended for Kim, turned aside, now back toward the direction of Kim, but once again knocked away by New England, who look to flip the field. Earl loses her footing, but sent that ball out off of Maine. And that will work for a throw-in. And that ball thrown in on the wing. Some space for Earl to take. Earl runs into 2. That hits off of her, and she was almost there to grab her own rebound. And this ball is played over to the direction of the back line. It's sent back through. Earl had a shot at it on the backside. Shot to get to the ball on the backside, but just a little bit too far out of her reach is now Maine trying to flip the field. Look for an answer here. This will be played to the near side. and a little bit of space to take on the wing. We'll see if she goes to the give and go play. This is rolled for Tracy, and Tracy is pushed down on the back side. There will not be a foul. Looked like there could have been a foul there as an arm was extended. But it is a goal kick, and I wonder if the ref is just keeping the mantra of if something's even and there's no real advantage, at least in the referee's opinion. You could definitely make the case that there was an advantage created there by that foul. New England trying to flip the field. That ball gets through. This is over to Earl on the far wing. Earl, just at the edge of the 18, crosses that one high over the top and out. Whether or not that was more of a shot or a cross, it was dipping as it got to the front post. And it was dipping to a point where, you know, if gravity had pulled it down a little bit more, it could have gotten to the direction of a front post. Isabel Meadows would have had a very good chance to knock that ball in. As a second ball has entered the field of play. So we will have to get that one out before the play can be restarted. Just about 11 minutes expired as in this half, as that ball is taken away by Driscoll, who now cuts back with it. Driscoll crosses it far post. That was intended for Earl. Still has some speed to win that ball. And she does come up with it on the backside. Crossed it out off of Maine for a throw-in. Now off the throw-in. A good back foot there, as Earl almost had a chance at it. Now here's a backside look. This played for Earl, but those two not on the same page with each other. Earl persistent, cannot take the ball away. And that is deflected by Maine, and that's a bad deflection, as this is rolled for Walsh, who takes it on this near end and will now play it down for Driscoll, who has it on her right foot, now comes inside with it. Driscoll puts the brakes on, cuts back left, now leaves it back Kawa. Kawa will center this off there. Give and go chance there, not successful, as it's repossessed by Lindy. But Lindy played it too strong, but that is kept in. Good recovery by Maine on the other side to not turn that ball over, as the forward option did not materialize. And that's really been the problem for Maine, is when they've been able to get the ball back from the Mutiny, it's been a lot of trying to look for openings like that right there, and then in one way or another turning it over. They've still held on to possession through this sequence, and they finally do get it across the half field line, but it's immediately sent back. They still hold on to it through the moment right now. Tracy had that one taken away from her and caught one on the follow-through as advantage is played. And this is rolled for Kawa. So the official acknowledging the foul there, but does play advantage. This is played for Driscoll. Driscoll looks for the cross. This is past Meadows on the other side, and it is a contact as it's off the referee. Contact inside the penalty area, and one could wonder if that could have gone for a foul in there. And devil's advocate here, you could say referee potentially being a little bit charitable, as that was certainly borderline. Whether or not that was incidental contact or just truly a deliberate foul. One way or another, ball works its way back to Driscoll, who cuts inside with it on 2 touches. A high shot sailed it. Parent substitutes will check in for the Mutiny. Driscoll's second half is finished. Mia Carvalho checks back in, number 4 for New England. Saw some action in the back half of the first period. With about 60 minutes elapsed in this match, a little bit north of that, as this ball is past Meadows. And it's rolled out to Earl on the right side. Earl takes a touch inside the 18, crosses that to the 6. Meadows, it's knocked away from her and corralled. That a fortunate corral inside of that 18. And now played through, and a little bit of a delay here. And one goes to the ground inside the 6. That one just put left of the net. So that is second good chance for Maine in about the last 10 minutes. As this is played forward on this side, this near side. As New England has no trouble again flipping the field. Played near side, it's brought down on one touch. Watch the run from Walsh on the near wing. That's exactly where they go with it. This play toward the 6. And Earl on the backside almost kind of stole that one as it was going in. She was in the blind side of the goalkeeper for the Mystics. And if you get that touch right, that's masterful. As this falls to Natalie Tracy, who could not get that through on the ground to Smith. The Mystics hold on to possession as this is now crossed in, or centered off, intended for Smith. But it is sent out for a throw-in. And it's Nora Walsh to throw that ball in. It's turned back on the backside. And once again, New England able to take possession away and trying to flip the field here. This ball is rolled through for Meadows, but too strong and easily corralled on the other side of it. Handled by Kawa, at least touched by Kawa. But she couldn't come down with that ball as this is now played for Smith. As the Mystics have to lateral this ball. And Walsh wins possession of it, gets it over to Kawa. Reset back into defensive end. Play through to Kawa again. Kawa will chop this one towards Earl. Earl gets through to the defense, but kind of had the ball hit off the back of her cleat. On the second effort, that ball sent left. So it'll be put down to the center portion of the 6-yard box. Played on the restart. Walsh stops it around 2 and gets it back down this side. Rolled. Meadows switches over to the right side of the field. Bridget Moore gets it between herself and Earl, played back out to the right wing. And she chopped that one, intended it for Earl, but it was gotten to first by the Mystics. And now played this time more central. Meadows had a chance to come up with the ball. This is sent back out over to the defensive side on the right wing, and Bridget Moore will come back up with possession of that. And 4 substitutes will come in for Maine. Number 1 will be Age-Gon Anye, who started this game in goal. She is also listed as a forward, so she will come in and get offensive looks. Sage Cormier, number 20, comes in. 12 is Gloria San Pedro, saw some action alongside Audrey Cardwell, number 17. So those are the new substitutes for the Mystics. As this is played into the defensive end. Now cut back around and switched for Walsh. That's sent on the ground, and this is rolled for Kawa. Kawa takes this one with plenty of space. Now crosses it towards Earl too high. The ball is played over to the light post for Bridget Moore, who tried to play that one towards the hash mark. Here's Earl from the blind side. Last touch heavy, and it is Meadows, who lost her footing. Shot is blocked. And on the backside, it's Cardwell to send it away. Moore has it taken away by Gagne, who looks to try to carry this one back, but cannot hold on to possession of it. This is rolled through for Earl. Earl has Meadows forward, who's in an offside position, so she can't try to send it through on the ground. Now back in the onside position. A shot instead from Earl is chopped at, and it is deflected and handled by Gabriella Smith, the goalkeeper for Maine. 25 minutes plus stoppage time left to go in this match. And what has been a cold, mostly overcast and raining day, but the sun peaked out a little bit in the first half, and it is peaking out a little bit here. But again, it is not a warm one. You would not know it is the month of Maine, rather the month of May, as this is Meadows, who can't get on the other side of it, and it is a goal kick. If you didn't look at the calendar, you wouldn't know that it's the month of May, with the way that the weather has been here. It's been a couple of weekends that have been unfortunate from the weather perspective, especially Memorial Day weekend. As this ball is taken away on an attempted pass over to San Pedro. Now crossing into the center, Meadows, that's blocked. Ball falls to San Pedro. Cleared it. Try to clear it forward, but it's taken up by Walsh. And New England will just send it back into the defensive end. Played over to Earl, right wing. Bridget Moore tried to get that ball back through. And it is taken over by Maine. Rolled to San Pedro, the near wing. She comes up with possession of it, but undercooked the touch and could not get someone on the other side of it. This is played back and forth as Walsh gets it to Kawa. Kawa has three options forward, directing traffic right now. And this is sent through on the ground. Meadows, flag has stayed down, at least for the moment. Meadows will play it far post for Earl, and that out for a goal kick. And there will be another wave of substitutes. Anna Jensen, number 18 rather, will come in alongside of Haley Chandler. Number 42, Dakota Gogwin, and the last one we'll have for you in a moment. And the last of the four is number 16, Addison Villado. Kawa and Meadows will check out in turn. It will be relieved by Gabrielle Williams. Quickly on that restart, it's directed back in towards the 18. That ball is popped up after the clearance attempt, directed out, and it will be a throw-in for the Mutiny. On the restart, it's sent for Walsh. Now put through on the ground. This may work on the front post. Earl cuts back on the back side. That's cleared And out for a throw-in. It's going to be a deep throw-in. It's almost where you would take a corner. It's a little bit further forward than I originally expected it to be, but still a deep throw-in, and that's sent out, and it'll be pretty much from the same place. And that ball is repossessed by New England, getting through one on the front side. Lateraled back around. This ball may get over to the, thought it might get over to Bridget Moore on the right wing, did not have the momentum to get there. Earl on the other side tried to take possession of that ball away and is able to. Quickly looking for the repossession. Instead, this will be handled over on the lateral side. Played for Walsh. Rolled through. And this may be an offensive look here. It's chopped out away. There's 3 chances. And now the ball is repossessed by San Pedro. No foul either side as there was contact both ends. Nothing really that you could overly argue to be a foul on either of those things. Just general contact as this ball is played through and it's handled by Smith. Not really any serious urgency as far as that save was concerned. As the ball's popped up after that clearance, it falls down to the offensive end, but it is quickly shut down. And turned away on the back line. (21 minutes left to go, rather 19 minutes left to go. Plus stoppage time, still 4-0 lead for New England. As this ball is turned away on an attempted pass through. Ball falls to Kayla Kim. And she plays it through forward side. Earl will direct it back into the defensive end. This rolled through. Now switch to Walsh. Who gets this back after the forward pass look did not have a opening materialize. Ball is rolled through again. Earl may get on the other side of this one, a little bit too far out of range for her. And it is chopped in on the backside, headed from the 6-yard box after the first touch from Maine took a weird carom. And it is now sent into the center. Directed back and switched over to Walsh, this left wing. Comes back inside with it. Now puts that one on the ground into the 6. Earl sends it back as possession is taken away by Kim. Kim will send it out to Cardwell. Gets it back. Has it taken away from her by Earl. Now centered through and directed to San Pedro. New England has 3 options. They'll play this left side. Ball's running out of space. It's blocked on the cross attempt. Second effort is handled. And now 2 go to the ground inside the 18 penalty. So an extended arm will yield the penalty for New England, who lead it 4-0. And Gabrielle Williams will take this PK. She was the recipient of that foul. Try to make the lead 5-0 for New England. Williams on the penalty, scores it. And it's 5-0 New England. So they have eclipsed the total from game number 1. Last one coming by way of the penalty. You can probably call that a little bit of just a simple frustration foul inside of the 18. So Maine gets the restart affected. Earl trying to create something back from a forward position, and she takes Kim to the ground, and that's a simple foul as she tripped up Kim trying to win possession of the ball back. Looked like Nora Walsh exited the field at some point. So she is beckoned back on. "14 minutes plus stoppage time left to go. Ball was directed out. Will be a goal kick for Chloe Laser. On that one, plays it to about half field. Bouncing around between the couple of lines as it's directed back into the circle. And rolled over to Walsh. Now Williams. Williams will put this one on the ground. New England trying to create something on this other side. This ball is shot. It's parried away. Nobody's there front post, and Maine fortunate that that did not take a New England carom, and Williams sends it out on the follow-through. Restart will come from the 6. That played over to the far light, and it's Earl who takes it away. Earl, who's had some chances, looking to capitalize on one, crosses that in towards the 6, rather towards the penalty hash mark. New England came up with the ball on the other side of it, as this is cleared from the edge of the 18. All the way back down into the defensive end, Walsh. That is handled by Bridget Moore. Sends it to Walsh. Now Williams. And a give and go through. That ball will work for Williams. Just a little bit too much on the touch, though, so she could not win the first touch to it. Trying to take the ball back, and Maine fortunate. It took a Mystics carom. "12 minutes left to go, plus stoppage time in a match with the lead 5-0 for the Mutiny. And watch for a play over out to the left wing. New England has really been using Addison Earl out there. This is played for Williams, and I should say right wing. As this is played for Williams, this left side. Williams puts that one through to the hash mark. It's penalty extended. Did not work for New England there, but at least did not work for New England with respect to getting a shot off. They retained possession. Yes, this is directed to Walsh. Walsh will play this one through on the backside, and it is just sent to the left. by Addison Earl. Tough break there, as it looked like New England had finally been able to connect on the backside to get a score through to Addison Earl, who has been very good this game for them, as two more subs will come in for the Mutiny. Walsh's day is done. Cowell will check back in, and the Mystics will empty their bench. So the goal kick after the substitution. And this is the first of two here today. And not sure what happened. Maybe they did rule that went in as they're going to a kickoff. Not sure what went on there, as this is taken inside the 18, but it's denied on the doorstep and sent back away this end, directed into the netting. So this is the first of two here this evening from Lusitano Stadium. AC Connecticut and the Mutiny. AC Connecticut, one of the two teams in the Northeast Division of USLW that was a member of the league in 2025. But they were a member of the larger Metro Division, which has shrunk, as now there's some contact, and it will go the way of the Mystics, as even though the Mutiny player went to the ground first, she got the benefit, or rather Maine got the benefit after player went down after she went to the turf. But again, the first of, or rather the one of two teams that have transferred into the Northeast Division in USLW is AC Connecticut from the shrunken down Metro Division, them and the Hudson Valley Crusaders. New England, of course, runners-up in the UWS a season ago. Now field a squad in USLW in addition to this UWS squad. Foul right there will yield a free kick. Mutiny won their first game of the season 4-0. Correction, 4-2. They lead this game, and that is going to be at the very minimum, talking to, as there was some contact as Laser went to the ground at the goal line. Looked like a little bit of frustration there, but the official not going to go to the pocket. Probably another frustration type of situation on the backside there. As this is crossed into the center, but it is quickly turned away by the Mutiny. On the backside, Hannah Smith comes up with it, try to chop that one through to Natalie Tracy, and it is corralled. Turn Chloe Laser taking a lot of time with the ball, forcing Maine to come and make her pick it up. And that ball sent down back into the Maine half on the restart. And it is repossessed by the Mutiny, played through on the ground. And behind the defense, this ball rolled through, and that is a goal. So as of right now, number 6 on the board for the Mutiny. So after the restart, Tracy taking this one down, puts a shot. Laser easily handles that one, as that was a shot taken from pretty far out. Bridget Smith comes up with it on the near side. Just at the end of the match, sun really starting to come out now. Now you can really see it. What has been a cold and rainy day pretty much through the exclusive portion of this day, as maybe another chance on the backside. Watch a cross to Earl at penalty kick extended. She's at least calling for it. New England will not play it forward initially, as this is now played back for Smith. Kawa will direct this one on the left side and rolled through. Now sent forward. Tracy couldn't get past the backline defender. And this ball sent to the back line. So probably would estimate a couple of minutes of stoppage time through the goals and the substitutions, as there has been a good number of substitutions today. Long throw-in, Maine gets to it first. And they play this one towards the goal line. This is played for Kayla Kim. Kim trying to get through 3, he has a shot at it, but sends it right. So that will be a goal kick. New England gets it restarted quickly. That ball popped back up into the air. Around 2.5 minutes left to go, as there's some hand fighting over on the backside, and it will be a foul called against Maine, as they rule that the hand fighting was in the direction of Maine. Played near side for Bridget Smith. Tries to send this one through. Williams will play it to the edge of the 18. And now alternated out to the opposite end. Kawa hooked it as she was trying to pass it to Williams, and that's out for a throw-in. And she really kind of scooped that ball, went underneath it. Got a lot of laces on that ball. As the Mystics come up with the ball on the other side, Kim trying to direct it through. It's sent out from the back line. And that ball thrown through. Sent back. Vincent tried to direct this one through. It's repossessed by the Mutiny. Now sent to Kawa. Kawa looking for the forward option. Instead, we'll lateral this one. Ball is sent through, and it's played for Earl, who is onside from the right wing. Addison Earl has plenty of space to take right near the end of the match. Sends this one through, and that rolled across. So not too much time left in regulation before we get to stoppage time. Official taking a look at the watch. Again, would imagine about 2 odd minutes. No fourth official to confer with as far as stoppage time, so it is entirely his jurisdiction. That ball rolled through on the backside and turned away by Haley Chandler. Out on the touchline. Addison Earl wanted to throw in for the Mutiny. She did not get it. This time it will work for a throw in for the Mutiny. And that will do it for the match. So it is a commanding victory for the Mutiny as they move to 2-0 on the season. And that will do it for the front leg of this doubleheader. 7 p.m. is the start between AC Connecticut and the Mutiny over on Sports Engine.